Hello friends, we are in the latest episode of Transfer News. We are evaluating the agenda before the winter transfer period. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Enjoy watching. Sir Jim Redcliffe has acquired 25% of Manchester United's shares. The Glazer family has finally sold a portion of the team. This could be a crucial move for the Todibo transfer. United was leading in the transfer, but Tottenham caught up once again. The significance of this latest development is the emerging connection between Nice and Manchester United, as Sir Jim's company owns the Nice team. The first result of this connection could be Todibo. There is no release clause, and United continues negotiations. Additionally, PSV's rising star Johan Bakayoko is on the agenda. United is not getting the desired performance from current wing players. The 20-year-old Belgian has provided 13 assists and scored 4 goals in 27 matches for PSV so far. Some say he is more talented than Jeremy Doku. However, for United to acquire him, they would have to pay at least €50 million. Barcelona is not the only team keeping an eye on Joshua Kimmich's future. Manchester City and Liverpool are also monitoring his situation. It could be a transfer that changes the fate of the Premier League. Guardiola has started to investigate the possibility of this happening. Kimmich had become a star under him, and Guardiola is very eager to reunite with him. Arsenal has started negotiations with Juventus for Kenan Yildiz. He recently became the youngest foreign player to score in a Juventus jersey. Currently, a high fee of around €40 million is under consideration. Kenan is eager to get more playing time, and if Arsenal acquires him, they plan to loan him to another team. Napoli has announced that they have signed a new contract with Victor Osimhen. With his new contract, Osimhen has become the highest-paid player in Serie A. At a time when Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson is under criticism, Osimhen's contract extension holds significance. The new contract includes a release clause of €130 million. Yes, he has signed a new contract, but nothing has changed. The possibility of Chelsea for the Nigerian is still at the same level. The contract extension has only altered his salary and release clause. Liverpool is closely monitoring Zielinski's situation at Napoli. He will also be on the agenda in January. If not, negotiations will continue for the end of the year. He is one of Klopp's favorite players. Will they reunite with him? We are eagerly waiting to find out. Liverpool is not in the race for Palhinha. Yes, many teams are interested in him in January, but Bayern is still in the lead. Even though he might be expensive for them, negotiations are ongoing. They need to act quickly because, despite Liverpool's lack of interest, there are other giants in the race. Napoli has started working on a transfer for a centre-back. Mary Demiral, who recently transferred to Al Ahly, has come into consideration. They want to bring him back to Serie A, and they have a chance. They are prepared to finalize the transfer on a loan basis. Last week, Mourinho substituted Renato Sanches just 18 minutes after bringing him into the game. The Portuguese player couldn't hide his surprise when leaving the field. Mourinho had previously criticized his injury. "I want to apologize to Renato in front of you. It's tough for a player to come in and go out 18 minutes later, but it's also tough for me. I've done it 3 to 4 times in my career, and I apologize to him," he said. Roma will not exercise the option to buy him. "We expect him to return to PSG. Despite being a highly talented player, you can't buy him in good form, and no one wants him in bad form. He continues to be plagued by injuries." Additionally, the incident of coming on and off in the game has completely ended his career at Roma. Inter couldn't fill Zeko's place. Thuram and Martinez are playing exceptionally well. However, Arnautovic, the striker coming from the bench, couldn't meet expectations. Currently, Iranian forward Mehdi Taremi is at the top of the list. Inter is reluctant to spend money, and Taremi will be available for free next season when his contract with Porto expires. He is expected to join Inter for a 3-year deal. Additionally, Tajon Buchanan's name is also in the discussion. The 24-year-old right-winger plays for Club Brugge. Inter is very close to signing him as a replacement for Guardado. The player has received offers from different countries, but Inter acted early, and they are currently in a strong position. Barcelona, once again, is attempting to create a Super League along with Real Madrid. They even went to the European Court of Justice, and the decision came out that it is not against the rules. In other words, teams participating in such organizations like the European Super League will not face any sanctions, as confirmed. Perez had succeeded, but the victory was short-lived. Many football teams from around the world rejected this new organization. It seems like a repetition of what happened 2 years ago. Premier League teams rejected it, and giants like Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich said they are not interested. The logic behind the project is quite clear. to sideline UEFA and establish a system where teams are in charge. It is important to understand Real Madrid in this regard. Imagine a large pizza. It is being distributed slice by slice under UEFA's monopoly. So, even when Real Madrid wins the Champions League, the slice they get is insufficient. However, in the new order, teams have the chance to distribute the pizza among themselves. This means that instead of getting one slice, the team winning the cup, like Real Madrid, will have the chance to get 3 slices. This would lead to a widening gap between them and teams like Sevilla, who only get 1 slice each year. In other words, after 10 years, Real Madrid might have 11 Bellinghams instead of 1. Currently, 4 teams are involved, and although it's not official yet, Napoli and Juventus seem to be part of it. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, and Napoli might create their own league and play indefinitely. Jokes aside, if it happens, it would be a revolutionary event. Even just the news alone has elevated Juventus' stock price to the highest in the past year. Real Madrid, Napoli, and Juventus are pursuing more teams. Meanwhile, Barcelona is focused on saving itself. Other big and small teams are supporting UEFA. We eagerly await what the coming days will bring. Barcelona continues its search for a defensive midfielder, with Amadou Onana, who plays for Everton, being the latest name on the agenda. The English club is demanding at least €15 million for him. If Barcelona proceeds with this transfer, it would complicate the chances of keeping Felix and Cancelo. Additionally, if the funds are available, the preference for Kimmich is, at the very least, a move that the fans desire more. Inter Miami continues to work on transfers following Suarez. Now, we are expecting Arturo Vidal. The Chilean player recently expressed his desire to play in the same team as Messi. At Inter Miami, Beckham is discussing the final details for this transfer. The 36-year-old player could fly to America soon. Antoine Griezmann has become the all-time leading scorer in the history of Atletico Madrid. He is in great form and continues to score. The 32-year-old star is showing a performance that many wish he could display in another team. He has a release clause of €20 million, as we know by now. However, the news of him wanting to stay at Atletico is increasing every day. Kevin De Bruyne has recovered at Manchester City after being sidelined for a serious injury for 3 to 4 months. His return to the squad could change the fate of the league. By the way, it will be the top priority for the Saudis at the end of the season. De Bruyne could conclude the season with Haaland and reunite with Ronaldo in the new season. He is the player Ronaldo wants the most for the next season. Sergio Ramos is set to transfer to Dortmund. He was the primary target for January, and they are on the verge of achieving it. They have started the countdown for a 6-month loan. The 27-year-old Spanish player, who was on loan at United from Tottenham, will now be on loan at Dortmund. Bernardo Silva's name has been linked with Saudi teams for a while now, and we are once again seeing it as a definite possibility that the Portuguese star will receive an offer from Saudi Arabia. Silva spoke, saying, "One day, I want to return to Benfica, but it is currently impossible because Manchester City is asking for a lot of money. My value is over €15 million, and no Portuguese club can afford that." He stated this. If he continues with these statements, he might be considering a career end similar to Di Maria. However, we do not yet know how he will respond to the Saudis' crazy offer.